It's on. Yeah, read Romans 3:19 again.
It's Romans 3:19. It says, now we know that what the things soever the law saith, it saith to them who are under the law.
Right, so all the things that the law saith, it says to them that's under the law. Or, you know, as the brother just read, we have to obey that. You know, we was under servitude to that law. But it says to them who are under the law, which we're not under the law no more. But if you are, it says that every mouth may be stopped and all the world may become guilty before the Most High. So if you under the law, you know, you're going to become guilty, you know, before the Most High, man. You know? You're going to be guilty if you're under the law because you can't keep the law. You know, go ahead. Keep going.
It says that every oh, you just read that.
Yeah, verse 20.
Yeah. Verse 20, it says, therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin.
See? So therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. So your works, you know, according to the law, you're not justified, man. You know? It says, for by the law is the knowledge of sin. You know? So now you know what that sin is. Transgression of the law. As the brother read earlier. You know? So you don't have no cloak for that sin. Because you're doing it. You try to do it. You can't hide from the Lord. You know? You in this flesh. And you can't keep the laws, man. So you're guilty. That's the whole point. Now you have to rely on Yahweh Shai. You have to rely on his belief in Yahweh Shai, that you may receive that grace, you know, and that mercy, you know. But keep going though, because it's about to go into the righteousness of faith. Because that just said you ain't there's no righteousness by your works of the law, you know.
Right. It says, but now the righteousness of the Most High without the law is manifested. Right.
The righteousness of the Most High without the law is manifested. See, after that, you know, now the righteousness of the law, the righteousness of the Most High without the law is made manifest, man. You know?
For by the, being witnessed by the law and the prophet.
Right, because it's being witnessed by the law and the prophets, man. Because the faith was always there, man. We read about Abraham, you know, but it wasn't understood. Keep going.
Even the righteousness of the Most High, which is by faith of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, unto all and upon all them that believe.
See? All right, just read that last part.
For there is no difference.
Right. So even the righteousness of the Most High, which is by faith through Yahweh Shai. See? It's about faith, man. You know? And that's why I said, unto all and upon all that believe, for there is no difference, man. Because we was going into, you know, the ones that was talking about the circumcision. They was called the circumcision at that time. You know, they was worried about the deeds of the law. You know, but the ones that believed on Yahweh Shai, there was no difference because they all. Because what the next verse says, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High. With these, with the ones who was in Judea and Jerusalem, they thought that they was good because they kept the laws and they just cast them out because they wasn't keeping the laws, man. But did you believe, man? Because the standard was now Yahweh Shai, not the law, which none of you could keep anyway. But they thought that they was good just because they said they was keeping it. You know? Let's go back into, what is it? Jeremiah 2:22.
This is Jeremiah 2:22. It says, for though thou wash thee with nitrate and take thee much soap, yet thine iniquity is marked before me, saith Yahweh power.
Right. So if you under the law, you know, you try to wash yourself, it's nothing you can do, man. Your flesh is always going to be filthy, man. You know, unless you walking by according to the Spirit, you going to be filthy, man. You know? Can you get Jeremiah 4:4?
Come. This is Jeremiah 4:4. It says, circumcise yourselves to Yahweh and take away the foreskins of your heart, Ye men of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury come forth like fire, and burn that none can quench it, because of the evil of your doing.
Right. So it's saying circumcise the foreskins of your heart, man. You know? Of your mind. You gotta circumcise your mind. You know? That's how you're gonna become in that one mind with the Heavenly Father, man.
Right. Which to bring the understanding, it says circumcise your heart, which the word heart means lav, which is your mind. With the lav in the Hebrew.
Right, and it says less what? Read that again. Read the next. Well, it says less what? Just read that verse again.
It says circumcise yourselves to Yahweh, and take away your foreskins of your heart, ye men of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury come forth like fire and burn that none can quench it, because of your evils doing.
Right, lest his fury come forth like fire and burn that no man can quench. You know. Because of the evils of your doings. So if you don't circumcise your heart, man, you know, if you don't get in the right mind, you know, align yourself with the will of the Heavenly Father, his judgment is going to be upon you, man. Because what? You're marked for death, you know. But unless you do that, you circumcise your heart, you have that faith, you're going to be judged by the law, man. You know. Get Psalms 32 and 2. Yeah, we're gonna come close to a close. We got a couple more scriptures, and that's about it.
It's Psalms 32 and 2. It says, "Blessed is the man unto whom Yahweh imputed not iniquity, and in whose spirit those and in whose spirit there is no guile."
Right. He said, "Blessed is the man whom the Most High imputeth not iniquity, and whose spirit there's no guile, man, or whose mouth there's no guile." You know, because hey, he has to be able to erase that, man. If he see you doing the right thing to the best of your abilities, that's why you rehearse the righteous acts. You know, you showing the Lord through your works of faith. You know that you are accounted worthy. You know. So blessed is that man. Can you get the one in Revelation? You got something else?
Start from the top or just read?
You can start from the top.
This is Revelation 14 and 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion.
Well, the point is in verse 5, but yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 14 and 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads.
Psalms 101.
And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harps harping into their harps. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song, but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
Yeah, the only ones that can learn that song is the ones that's walking in the spirit, man. And to walk in the spirit, you gotta have that faith. You know, the scriptures say that they had that faith in the womb, man. You know, keep going.
Verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb, whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed.
Going back into that marriage, man. You know, they was virgins. You know, being pretty much betrothed into the Lord. That's right. You know, you becoming his woman. That's why you're gonna follow him. You're gonna obey him wherever he goes, because he is the one that you have to obey, man. You know.
These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
See, so those men is going to be the ones that's blessed. That's without fault before the throne, which that's judgment, you know, before the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know, those men is going to be found with no guile, man. The ones that had that faith, you know. Can you get the one in Psalms?
Yeah, Psalms 101 and 6.
4 and 13. I got one. We're going to close.
It says, "Mine eyes shall be upon the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me. He that walketh in the perfect way, he shall serve me.
See, his eyes is upon the faithful in the land, man. You know, his eyes upon the faithful in the land. It says, and that they may dwell with him, man. You know, and it said they walk in the perfect way. You know, because they walking in faith. Scripture say, walk by faith and not by sight, man. You know. I think I got. Let me get this one real quick. This is 2nd Ezra 6, verse 5. It says, "And ere the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure." So the men that learned that song, they were sealed, and they gathered faith for that treasure, man. You know, that it said that now sin were turned. You know, so they turned away from that sin and gathered faith for a treasure, man. You know.
This is Ephesians 4:13. It says, "Till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of the Most High, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Yahushua."
Right. So, hey, you gotta come into that. Read that verse again real quick, and I think. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
God, this is Ephesians 4:11. "And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Yahushua, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of the Most High, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach."
Right. So that body, you know, that the church, the Lord gave us these men. You know, the Lord gave us these men to for the perfecting of us, man. You know, and the scripture say, you know them by their fruits. We see our faith is growing, man. You know, it says for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body, till we come into the unity of the faith, man. You know, when the apostle Kabal, he'd be like, the faith. When somebody say the faith or this thing of ours, man, that's what this is, man. You know, and it's only one doctrine about that. You know, and the knowledge of the Son of the Most High unto a perfect man. You know, and you're only going to be perfect through that faith, man. You know, and having that knowledge and wisdom and understanding of the Heavenly Father. You know, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach, because he was that man of faith, man. You know, he came directly from the Most High, so he knew his will. That's why he was able to defeat death, man, in the flesh.
That's right.
You know?
Yep.
You got something else?
Wow.
Yeah, but Lord willing, that was an edifying lesson, man. You know, back to the point. You know, the title, Faith and Rehearsing the Righteous Acts, man. You know? It's a balance. You got to have that balance, man. You know? Faith without works is dead. You know? But, you know, you gotta keep the laws as well. You know, you got any closing statements? You know, but with that, until the next lesson, we want to say shalom.
Shalom.